You're right though, because there's been so much going on the last couple of weeks. Like it's been hard to keep track of everything and like trying to figure out what's the right events that you should be going to. Do you know?
I'm always going to the wrong ones, anyways. I don't know. 22, and I saw Tolu there. Yeah. You were there as well.
Oh yeah, that was
birthday. She was outside.
No, you were outside. I was just outside. Okay.
I was only a little bit outside. She was actually outside.
No, I just had my toe outside.
Yeah. We can go.
But that's why I go to Tramline for that. Do you know what I mean?
I was
they play like kind of old tunes.
I got a Stephanie. Jerry.
I love the transgender episodes. Like, I just love them. They're so fucking funny.
They're hilarious.
Like, come on, like they want like characters, women. They're like, yeah. Listen. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off because at the end of the day.
There you go. Do you want to come on? Okay.
Nervous? Yo. We back, baby.
No, you're getting inspired from all
We
these
back,
things
baby.
He's gonna be like, your inner rapper is just gonna come out one day.
I'm actually waiting for that. I can actually see that happening.
I'll just be hype man. Energy man.
Yeah.
What's happening, people?
You're very welcome to another episode of the Pre-Drink Show, brought to you by Motif.
Woo.
Let's go.
The gang is back together.
Reunited.
Yes, sir.
How's everyone doing?
We're good. How's things, guys? Glad to be back. The three of us back after a while.
Yeah. Long time coming.
Back from being away. I took like 2 weeks off. Feels like 2 weeks is a lot.
Yeah.
Did it feel like a lot when you were away?
Like the first week I was like, yeah, I need it. And then like after the first week I was just kind of like, I want to do it work. I want to go on my laptop. You know, I was just like, it's just getting, thing too. And then also the amount of things that happen and you're just on pause for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, the FOMO. I'm like, I just get back and I'm like, I've missed everything. Never taking 2 weeks again.
Yeah.
Well, then I get overtired and then I'd want to take 2 weeks.
You're right though, because there's been so much going on the last couple of weeks. Like it's been hard to keep track of everything and like trying to figure out what's the right events that you should be going to. Do you know?
I'm always going to the wrong ones, anyways. I don't know why.
Any examples?
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Name and shame.
Nah, we had.
Not my events. Not my events are the best. Sensations.
Yes. We had Salamay's gig.
We had Salamay's all on the Saturday night. We had Salamay's gig. We had Zaffo, and we had the Chris Kabs Loud Motive gig. Oh my god, it was hectic. Hectic. I tried to go to all three, and because George was doing a performance at Zaffo's gig, so we went for sound check, and then I was like, right. Had like an early scheduled time out, so we're going to leave. We're going to go here, and then we're going to go there, and we're going to. On the way back to the Workman's, I was like, I just want to go home now. Yeah. Just to run around and trying to catch people, and like, it was insane.
And I think as well when the weather's getting brighter as well, everyone's just throwing events. Yeah.
Do you know what I was only thinking about the other day as well? I love a good like outdoor event. I know. Who's the guys that do the one out in Vela? They do the Red Cup barbecue kind of thing.
To be honest, I've actually never been.
That hasn't been announced for this summer. No? It hasn't been announced. It hasn't gone on since what? It didn't go on last year.
They done one last year, did they not?
No, it didn't go on last year. It was 2 years ago.
I think they done one the year before.
Right venue.
Yeah.
Was that 2019? Wow. So the last one was 2019.
No, I'm pretty sure they done one last year or the year before.
At the beach, they tried to do.
That wasn't Red Cup though.
No, there was another one, and it was an all-white party, and it was outdoors somewhere. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was in Vela now, but it was the same crowd that was running it.
Angels.
Yeah. And that was literally only in the last year or two, because there was a string of 2021. Damn.
There's gonna be a few more. I think the what party's coming back? License to Party's coming back on the 13th of May. That's a day party. Yeah, it's coming back on the 13th.
Day party?
Yeah, day party.
Love.
Day party.
13th of May.
Everyone's like, day party.
Yeah. It goes on in...
like the late ones are just...
It goes on real awkward spot, Clondalkin, but... Is it Clondalkin, is it? Inchicore.
Oh.
Sorry,
is that?
Inchicore, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, the one that's like just off the main road.
It's in like
is it beside a Lewis stop?
Yeah, it is. It's close to the.
Is it before? Yeah, I think I've been there before.
It's called. It's in a. What's the food place called?
Oh, they have food. Yeah. That's actually a nice venue. I like that venue.
Rascals.
Rascals.
That's
Yeah.
That's very. I really like that venue.
Yeah, that's coming back soon. Well, let's go back to the gigs though that we're on.
Yes,
on
let's, because there was a lot happening.
So I was at Salamay's one. He had 3 support acts. He had a girl called Rachel, fantastic vocalist.
Oh my God, she was amazing.
He had YKD. Yeah, he had YKD, fantastic as well. The full band that he had, like, ridiculous. They were just incredible. The band that he was using, the drummer, the guys on the pianist, and also he was doing this thing where he was like, when I say roll call, when he draws a line on the board, everyone had to like scream roll calls. He was like engaging with the crowd. It was like, it was really well thought, like it was really well produced. Like he thought a lot about it. Every single person on stage looked like, it was like roll call, so like kind of like school uniform kind of vibes.
Yeah, I absolutely love that because like you don't really get to see a lot of like stage presence, or not presence, but like the setup and stuff from Irish artists. But to see that and like all of them in their little uniforms and stuff, I was like, oh, this is so cute.
There's very few people that I think take that into like really, really serious. I remember when I went to see Stride in the Button Factory, Jafaris was like fully kitted out. His whole setup and his whole aesthetic that day was crazy. It was crazy.
It makes a difference.
Yeah. It was crazy. And then I think JLOL is always wearing something yellow. He always does. He always sticks to like the yellow theme. But Salamay himself, you could tell that he put a lot of time and thought into everything that went on, including like the way he looked on stage, which is really, really important. So salute to him for that one anyways.
I loved after he done his first song and the whole crowd literally just erupted and you could see him just stand on stage being like, "Aww." Yeah. I love seeing artists like that. Like overwhelmed. Yeah.
And the room was so full.
Oh my God, packed.
So full.
And so packed from early.
Yeah.
Because normally, like, you know, when doors open at 7, half 7, people don't really show up till like 8, half 8. This was packed.
From start.
That's so good. Yeah.
That's nice.
So,
We've given him enough props on this. We've given him enough props on this. Big man like me, I can't talk about Salamay anymore. He only gets one episode. That's it. Well, how was Chris Kabs' though?
So I dropped over for Chris Kabs and Loud Motive gig. I didn't get to stay for the whole thing. I was kind of popping in and out. Yeah, big ups to the guys for getting us on guest lists and whatnot. That was fab. I was kind of disappointed at the way the support acts were done. Because they had such good names on the lineup and kind of people who were starting to come up. But I feel like they were put on so early that they didn't really get a crowd, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they all kind of got like maybe a 10-minute slot and it was back to back, which fine, because if you've got 6 support acts, you're not going to be able to give them full sets or whatever. But I feel like it could have been.
It is.
A lot.
But I feel like it could have been pushed back maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, just to kind of let the crowd come in a little bit for them. But all in all, it was great. It was great to see some artists that I don't really know of and see them perform and stuff like that. So yeah, big ups to them.
Where was that again?
The Academy Green Room.
Okay.
Yeah, so big
enough
moves.
room.
Yeah,
big moves.
That's a big room.
Yeah. So now it did like get a good crowd and they did put on a great show. So
it's just too little time for each person. You can't really engage or get to know an artist with just like quick. Yeah.
I feel like they just could have got a bit more of a crowd, do you know, if it was pushed back a little bit later. But yeah, all in all, it was good.
There was so many things going on. Like you said, Zaffo had a gig on as well. Like, so 3 different headline shows on at the same time. Like all trying to appeal to similar crowds.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
The fact that they actually all got good crowds though.
Yeah, that's it. But it was mad because even when I walked into Salamay's, it was like nearly every second person you seen you were saying hi to, and I was like, who's going to be all the other gigs? But then like still when you walked into the other gigs, there were still people there, and I'm like, So Zaffo's gig was amazing as well. She had a live band, they were really good. She had a few people perform with her. Toshin was there, amazing as always. Salavi was there. Who else did she have? She had George II. She had a couple of other girls, but I can't remember their names right now, so I'm not going to butcher that, but they were really good as well.
Nice one.
So, yeah.
I haven't really listened to much of Zaffa, but every time you guys like bring up someone new and then I go on Spotify and I start listening to their music, I'm always like surprised, like, how have I not heard of this person's music beforehand? Like, it's crazy. There's so many people just popping up here and there, and everyone's dropping bangers as well. Especially like there was a show on last night. We went to JLOL's listening party. There was also a show on last night, Cubana, and she actually dropped a 3-track EP, and I was listening to it and I was like, wait, like, how have I not known of this girl? But she's just so cool, like just really, really good, just really talented artist.
Like I actually haven't heard any, like, what kind of
it's like
style does she have?
It's like neo soul, like it's like R&B neo vibes. It's like what I'm getting off her.
Yeah, I'm
like,
definitely
but it's not R&B, not like studio produced, but like live band kind of style.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so different.
Yeah, it's different.
Like,
It's different.
Yeah, because I've heard her name going around quite a good bit, but I haven't actually had a chance to listen to the music, you know. So
people need to just force market or blast market their music, force people to listen. Because I feel like when you do find the artist, you're like, oh my god, I'm obsessed. Save. But you're like, yeah, I see you posting, but I don't know, I like the music. You see the pictures before you see the music. So you need to find the way that you hear the music.
Before you see
Yeah.
I think, but people are starting to get better at doing that now. I feel like it's starting to become. People are starting to like
catch on.
Yeah, accept they're pushing their art like more and more. Starting to get like to the forefront of who they are. Like also that show, the JLL listening party. I know is this a segue? We can segue now to that now, no? We'll segue to the JLL listening party. He dropped a project yesterday, and before he dropped it at midnight, so I listened to a few tracks, and the listening party that was ran by Black and Irish. They did it.
Yeah.
And it was really, really well ran. It was good.
So how did that work? Like, did they set up
They picked the venue. They set up. They got the food. They got the DJs. They got everything. JLL just came and just like after each track, he just kind of spoke a little bit about it, and it was just a really, really good listening track. We were listening to a few of the tracks beforehand. My favorite is definitely that track "Stepped In." He was absolutely spazzing out on that track.
Jeez.
Like he's
and
just
what's this? Is this a new EP or an album?
new EP? Yeah, just 6 tracks. 6 tracks. Yeah,
nice.
and it's called Shades of Yellow, so it's out now if anyone wants to go listen to it. But like, it's just
save that.
Basically, what he was saying is like different shades of yellow in terms of like, apart from the fact that he's yellow, it's the like different shades of who he is in terms of in his music, the personality in his music, from Afro beats to like just straight rap. So the fact that he feels like he can do both, that's what you have in the project, and it's a fair reflection of him. I actually think it's a nice project, so fair play to him for releasing that. We'll give him the round of applause, will we?
Woo. Go Jello. Yeah, I didn't go. I'm so sorry.
That was the worst clapping noise.
I have a random question for you as well. We're on the topics of like going to gigs and events and stuff, right? So, like, I think it's safe to say the three of us love a good hug. Like, whenever you meet people, you always give them a hug.
Yeah.
So, you know, like when you're at events and stuff and you see people, like, I'd always give a hug. But, like, is that safe to do so? Or do you have to know someone a certain amount before you can give them a hug? Does that make sense?
No, I'd just be hugging them.
Yeah.
I don't even care, bro. You're getting a hug. Like, I'm not gonna look awkward.
Because
not me.
But I'm the same, and then I'm walking away, and I'm like, oh, that was a bit full on.
Did I do too much? Yeah.
For girls,
because like
no,
some people come out,
but
some people come out with a handshake.
It's a little dap.
Yeah. See, with girls, like,
yeah.
if I just go to a girl,
Nah, I had that with DJ.
Imagine.
See you later, Kelly.
I had that with Jess on the PLO thing. I went to give him a little handshake like this. He went to give me a fist bump. Then he switched to this. We were like this. And then he was like, we just were like, okay.
Nah, I've been in that situation.
Nah.
Yeah, I feel like, well, to be honest, I get like that sometimes because when I'm like doing TM, so I have a client for teeth whitening or whatever. Like some clients are just more quiet or whatever, and some will be talking about everything, and they be telling me the personal life, I be telling them mine, and then it's just a vibe. And at the end, I'm like. I'm like, girl, thank you so much. No, thank you. Like, I don't even know who to thank. And after, I'm like, did I just overshare my whole life?
It's like you've just been through a whole therapy session.
I feel like that person's also being like, okay, did I just tell them too much? Like,
yeah.
But I think it's all love, anyways. To be honest,
But that's like a few people have come up to me with like handshakes, and I'm like, why are you shaking my hand?
Yeah.
Like that's so formal. Like,
it is.
Get away.
Yeah, I think for me, I'd always go to a girl and give them a hug, and then for a guy, if I know you, then I will give you a hug as well. If I don't know you, I have to tap you up. I can't be hugging random guys I don't know. Wait, so am I supposed to go like this?
Oh well, I feel like what guys do when they don't.
Okay, when I say hug girls, I don't mean random girls. I don't mean random
just
girls.
Going around be like hugs.
No. I'm just like. And it's also not a full. It's like a half hug. Like
yeah. You can't just open your arm in it.
Yeah, you can't go. You can't do that. You can't have the two hands open. Like just one hand.
Okay, Fab. So
Right.
we'll keep up.
Yeah.
So lads, we move on to things that happened in general. So I saw on the gram.
Come here, hold on. Before we move on, you were out last night.
Oh yeah. So I was in.
Should we go to that now or should we go to that later? Shoot. 22.
Oh god, is that even the tune?
Let's go to it now.
Right, go on.
Well, yeah. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, sorry. I just went to 22 and I saw Tolu there.
Yeah.
You were there as well.
Oh yeah, Rose's birthday.
She was outside.
No, you were outside. I was just outside. Okay.
I was only a little bit outside. She was actually outside.
No, I just had my toe outside. But yeah. So yeah. Oh my god. I feel like I've already said this before, but like
You're not really rating that place anymore, are you?
I'm actually appalled. Because first of all, I don't understand what the vibe is in there. Like, I feel like between not the bar staff. I love the bar staff. The bar staff are 10 out of 10. Like the most nicest people ever.
They free pour as well.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? They're just so sound. But everybody else is like, bro, like. You've been here since I was 17. Like you're not part of the mafia. Do you know what I mean? They literally act like they are part of a mafia. Like at the door, the bouncers, just the way they look at you, just that kind of vibe. So it's already like when you're entering, it's not the whole like, hey, how are you? Oh, have a good
vibes.
night. It's just real like, you know, like I don't know if they had a bad day or whatever, but it seems to be like every event. So, and then inside was I love inside. To be fair, I love the venue. And it was your first time there, actually.
Yeah.
What did you think of the inside?
That was my first time 22.
Aww.
And I thought it was okay. It reminded me of back in the days when we used to go to Right Venue for every Friday or something. That's what it reminded me of.
Because it's
And
fancy.
Yeah, it was real fancy inside. But then it just seemed like, maybe because it's my first time there, it was real cliquey or something. But maybe it was just my first time there. And I don't know. I didn't go in there like with like, I don't know. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. I don't know. I don't have the
I know
same
what you
experience
mean
that
though,
you have.
because it's not like you didn't really have an expectation. Just went
I
on a
just went
night
in to see
out.
what night out was,
Yeah,
and it was vibey. It was alright. Yeah.
No, it is.
I reckon that venue. I think that venue has real like good potential. Like
Oh my
Yeah,
god, the
that's
venue's
what I'm saying,
stunning.
yeah.
100%.
it has potential.
100%.
It just
It's
looks
a stunning venue.
yeah, it
It's
just
like
looks so
long
nice,
for
yeah.
where it is.
It looks so nice. Yeah.
Like every time I go in, I never get bored. I'm like, oh, it's so
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I always get so confused on the stairs, so.
I'm
Because you know the way you have to
like,
go
where
like for
am
the
I?
toilet
Yeah.
and everything, and then I just stand the landing and I'm like, how do I get back? But yeah, no, it's like kind of the venue's like hidden away a little bit, so I feel like it's not given as much attention as it should be.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And I feel
But for where it is, there was enough people in there.
there was enough,
Yeah, it was like
not enough of my people, but
Yeah.
enough of people.
Yeah, like I said, it seemed real clicky in there.
Yeah.
But before I got to 32, I went to an event in Freya and Draper, and there was like 6 of us in the whole thing. 6 of us in the whole.
Yeah.
That's
venue.
all.
Like, yeah, there was only 6 of us.
The
in
venue's huge.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like
That's awkward.
Oh, that's not good.
That's very awkward.
Oh, that is really not good.
Well, shout out to the guys that are doing that, because I've been to one of their events before, and it's usually quite good. It's just obviously there was just maybe
Whatever,
whenever it was promoted or whatever.
Something lacked, whatever. It's not like
some events just don't click.
And then
you just have to keep going, innit?
Yeah, and then
What
just
else?
the crowd as well, like the type of like guys I feel like they'll allow in. It's just because it's just so repetitive. It's like, wow, you guys literally haven't changed, haven't like thought, okay, let's just have a new outlook on this event. Everything is like exact same. They're like, I was literally trying to get away from this guy. He comes up to me, obviously he was coming up on whatever he was. Comes up to me and he's like grabs me by my 2 arms and he's like, you're so beautiful, whatever. He proper.
I think I was beside
yeah,
you when that
remember,
happened.
He literally like.
And you just went down the stairs or something.
Yeah, I just ran off. I was like, what is going on? That was so weird. And then I thought they were upstairs, but they weren't. They were actually, they had the VIP section beside the stage. But it was empty when we were just dancing in the air. Then after a while, their whole group came down. And I was like, oh my God, no.
Beside you again.
Yeah. And then, so they were trying to get us to come to the VIP area. We were like, no, whatever. And then he literally went up the steps and he put like his 2 hands, like one hand there, one hand there, and tried to like grab me.
By the head.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Guys,
and
please.
the bouncer was watching this, the whole thing. Because the minute that I
Bet
seen
the
him
bouncer
come
didn't
up,
do it.
he told me to calm down.
Told you to calm
He was
down.
I was like, are you for real? He's after manhandling me. Like,
Man.
yeah.
Guys
no,
need
that's
to
not
do
good.
better, please.
Yeah,
This is
but
why
that's what I'm
girls.
just saying.
This is why girls are going to this girls' room
Sorry,
event.
guys need.
This is why all the girls are going to girls' room. Because you man are doing all of this kind of
Facts.
nonsense.
I had none of that in girls' room. I had a great time. I think girls' room over 22 every day.
Fuck's sake.
But yeah, and
That's
then
shocking.
the bouncer was watching because when I saw him, like obviously, like just Geordie Shore, like stocky fella,
Georgie Shore.
just giving, but you know, that's like. So he was coming from a mile away, so I was like, oh, here. So I literally like looked at the bouncer to be like,
Help.
yeah, and then so he watched the whole thing and he was just like, and I was like, okay, I'm not trying to say kick him out, but you're not gonna go over and at least
but,
say,
like,
don't leave the girls alone, like they don't want
Yeah.
to talk to you. Yeah, so I was just very.
Oh wow, that's awful.
Yeah,
I'm very
yeah.
disappointed in that.
Yeah, that's what actually pissed me off the
Don't
most.
worry.
Yeah.
Like,
The
yeah.
mandem need to do better. This is it.
But that's the thing because like
Yeah, the
bouncers
crowd
need to do
is
better.
just
22 bouncers needs to do better, 100%.
Yeah.
Because like it's mad because when you look at all the like stuff that's happening to women and girls and like all the spiking that's going on and like you never really know kind of what's the real like
And you don't know if you're
situation
gonna,
or whatever.
Like, if the person's gonna snap at you.
But that's it. But like the security and the staff in the place should have the responsibility to be keeping an eye out to make sure nothing like that
You
happens.
know?
We'll give it
And
a
then-
6 out of 10.
For you.
Oh,
Just
5
say
out of
2.
10.
For me,
2?
2
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of 10 for me.
2 out of
2
10.
out of 10.
Last night or in
Damn.
general?
Man, it was 10 out of 10 when I was 17. You know what I mean? And then it just started going down after that. So, like,
Do you think it's been like overdone a little bit?
yeah.
Because
they
it's literally
just-
every Friday.
Yeah.
Now, not that I'm complaining that there's a night like that on every Friday, but like there's no kind of switch up. Like as
Yeah.
you said, it's still the same as when you were going when you were 17.
Lads,
Exactly,
you guys,
exactly.
everyone, what we need to do is, there's so many different events, things that pop up. Like I said, no Chamomile Club do events.
I'm sure Chamomile Club didn't play Gas Pedal. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm sure they didn't play that song, like.
So what I'm saying is, the point I'm trying to make is, let's go to all these other events. Like that's not.
I'm tired.
Oh yeah, like so you're talking about like the
Brings
resident
it back
clubs
to
that
when
people
you were
go
like
to on a regular.
14 and like spin disco or
I was like, this is jarring now.
Yeah,
can't.
I think I usually don't go to
seriously
clubs. I
hearing
go to like
toot, toot,
events,
toot.
like,
Everyone goes-
special events.
I'm like, am I supposed to do the whole gas pedal?
I think. Yo, I heard that last night. I was like, I hadn't heard it so long. I was dancing. I was like, yo, it's been a minute. I also heard what's that song by what's that guy that got locked up for 7 years?
Bobby
Bobby
Smurder.
Smurder, yeah. Hot nigga, yeah. We can go.
But that's why I go to Tramline for that. Do you know what I mean?
I was doing
They
that
play like
this.
kind of old tunes.
I got a Heavenly.
No.
Oh shit. But that was actually what came on next. That's what came on next. Anyways, let's move on from 22, guys.
Yeah.
Nah, we had. This is sad news.
Oh no.
Sad news. We're about to go into sad news. We don't have a sad news little button, so
We
can
need
put
to
the
put
clap.
soundboard for next week.
Okay.
A
We put the clap?
sad.
No, we can't do the clap.
No, we can't
We
do
could
the
all
clap.
just do
We
an
can't do the clap.
Right.
This is an R.I.P. to Jerry Springer, who died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 79 years old 2 days ago. He was a staple in afternoon TV. He caused a stir on the TL back in 20 years ago. Whatever was the equivalent of the TL, he caused a stir. And just R.I.P. to the OG of daytime TV. Everyone has seen Jerry Springer TV videos, like, and for 79, it's not that old.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you have a favorite line from Jerry Springer?
dude,
Can you remember?
Nah, I can't.
Apart from like, you're not the father.
There's too many moments. It's the one where the girl finds out that her boyfriend is black live on TV.
I thought she was blind, you know.
No, I thought she was blind as well. I saw the video again today. She wasn't blind. Then I realized it must have been like a comedy sketch. Like she was fully. I don't know. I don't understand the sketch. Like he just said, "I just have to tell you, I'm black," and she was like, "What?" Bro, but I've heard some mixed reviews that people were saying that he was playing on trauma. Like he was causing a lot like he was making he was like
Wait, before we get into that, did you remember the one that was like when the girlfriend brings the boyfriend and the girlfriend's like, I've something to say to you, and then he's like, what? And he's like, we went to the party and then I cheated on you with your best friend.
Yes.
And then he's like, oh,
I know
about that. He's like, I'm just minus a pack of cigarettes for $50.
He said he bet him a packet of cigarettes and 50 quid
Something like that, yeah.
to do it, and his boy did it, and he goes, now I'm down 50 quid and a box of cigarettes. Oh my god, I watched the video today. I was like, no.
So funny.
Jerry. Nah, R.I.P. to Jerry Springer.
The one that's like, no, I love it. No,
she's going
I love the transgender ones, man. I fucking love that.
Now,
No,
we can't get cancelled though. We can't get cancelled, guys.
We can't. What you mean? I'm not saying anything negative.
Okay, this is
It's
Cynthia. This is not Slide Motif. This is Cynthia talking right now. No, carry on.
But I was just saying, no, I love the transgender episodes. Like,
Yeah.
I just love them. They're so fucking funny.
They're hilarious.
Like, come on, like, they what, like, character, women, they're like, yeah, listen, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off because at the end of the day. The characters, like, the character.
I saw that.
Did you see that coming?
Man, Jerry Springer was the OG, man. We've had a UK version. It was what's that guy's name?
Oh, Jeremy Kyle.
Oh, Jeremy Kyle.
Jeremy Kyle's UK. He was the UK version. He was just not as. It wasn't as extreme, but it was pretty bad as well. But
Yeah.
But hold on, can I
Jeremy
just say,
Kyle
because
was a
like,
bit-
go on.
Hmm?
Go on, you gonna finish?
No,
Oh, sorry.
nothing that important.
carry on, yeah. No, Jerry Kyle.
The way you were saying, like, people were saying that he plays on trauma, but
Yeah.
like, the whole point of his show was for people to come on with their like
But
Yeah.
stories
But
and find out the
Yeah.
truth and find out this, that, the other. Like, exactly, they chose to go on
Yeah.
the show,
it was
put their
ratchet
story
TV.
out there, and it was clickable. It was
Yeah.
watchable.
Exactly. I thought it was cool.
At that time, I thought that when people go on those shows, that they, like, you know, Dr. Phil,
Yeah.
he's like a I don't know if he's actually a real doctor, but in my head, he must be like a psychologist or a therapist. So he's supposed to kind of talk you through
Mediate
your
everything.
trauma and be like going to like therapy. I don't think
Yeah.
Jerry Springer was a therapist.
Jeremy
or
Kyle.
Oh
anything.
no!
I used to always think that anyone that did that type of show was some sort of doctor.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I realized that he was like,
They're all
he's
TV
just,
mo- they're all-
he's just, He's just there for clicks.
No. Jeremy Kyle won though. That I have to say, Jeremy Kyle
I
was
thought
like
he was a doctor.
so
I don't think he's a
funny.
doctor either.
Jeremy Kyle.
Yeah.
No,
he's
They probably did. They
he's
probably
just
did
like a
like the
random-
like a P. I don't know, a PLC and fucking PLC.
He
and,
probably
like,
went to freaking
psychology and that's it. And they're like, oh, I
yeah.
know how to do everything now.
He probably didn't even do a PLC. He did a YouTube course or something.
yeah.
He probably did a YouTube course.
Oh man, there was okay. I have to say this one scene. There was one scene of like the Jeremy Kyle show, right? This fella was complaining that their girlfriend was like cheating or something, and then the nanny is on beside, right? And he's like, yeah, she's going around sleeping with everybody, and then the nanny beside her goes, who, me? Like the nanny thought
that he was talking about her.
She comes out now being like, wait,
Nanny's on these streets. Nanny thought she was on these streets. You can't be accusing the nanny of being on the
just,
streets.
like, the people that get on, I'm just like, this
Oh, I
are
just want to
so
go
funny.
home and like watch Jerry
No,
Springer
yeah,
on
yeah.
repeat now.
I'm gonna make like 5 cups of tea in around. Just like,
R.I.P. to R.I.P. to Jerry Springer, guys. R.I.P.
Big time.
We move on. We're about to end here, so we move on to new music. So obviously we were talking about JLOL's listening party yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So he had that tape, Shades of Yellow. So we're going to be adding Stepped In to the Slimoweekly playlist. Is it already in? It's already in already, yeah. We're going to we already added in Tamika's song.
I love her.
yeah.
Some fries.
Some fries.
I absolutely
crazy.
love her. Oh
Crazy,
my god,
yeah.
she is
She's
so talented.
colourful or something.
Yeah, and her
Personality.
voice, like the jazzy kind
Yeah.
of. Oh my god, I love her.
Yeah, 100%. And also, like I said, what was that girl I said? She reminds me, her new style reminds me of your one, Pink Panthers.
Oh, her new
style.
song, yeah,
who's this?
yeah.
She's that girl. She's a girl in
Do you think that's gonna be more her style now, or do you think that was kind of one
That was a
song?
song with Ice Spice. That
Oh,
yeah, that whole skippy.
yeah. What's her name?
Pink Panthers is that
Yeah.
girl's name, yeah.
No, who's the one that you're saying is going to
Tamika's
sound
new
like?
song.
Oh,
style,
Tamika. Sorry,
yeah.
sorry, I
Her
got
style
confused there.
is in the
It's similar
it
to
seems
that.
a little bit. It's more bouncier than what she used to be. It's a
Yeah.
little bit more bouncier.
It's newer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, for new music, we had Nilo. Nilo had dropped a new track, Forest, Cold track. I like the track especially because he's gone really vulnerable on it. He's obviously going through a lot with his family and
I feel like he's always been very open and
about his
vulnerable.
family, yeah.
Not even about his family, but about his life.
yeah.
Like if you ever properly listen to his stuff, it's
yeah.
nearly like a
It's a journal.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it exactly.
That's what I love about music. And sometimes you connect to the stories because you could be going through something similar as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But that sometimes it's not necessarily in your face like that.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you could just listen to the song as a song, and then
yeah.
other times you could like get in your
Connect to
feels
it,
a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah.
And then other new music, we've got Cubana. She dropped a 3-track EP. I've listened to it there briefly, only once. Really, really good project. We also have... Wait, let me not say it's a good project without saying the name of the project. Sorry. The name of the project is... Rise Above. She's got Creative Perfection Part 1 and Part 2, and then Set Me Free. So, really good project. If anyone wants to listen to some new music, Sweet Lemonade with the Fusion
Lemon
Lab.
Day.
Yeah.
Lemon Day.
Lemon Day.
Lemon
Sorry,
Day.
Sweet Lemon Day. What? You saw a Smino? Oh, how was the Smino gig? I heard people talk about a Smino gig.
You.
Jay, sorry.
You didn't invite me.
Yeah.
Everyone, you can't see him in the shop. Producer Bounce is talking there. He went to the Smino gig. I didn't invite any member of Slight Motif because he rolls
Now
on
we
his
need
own.
a boo button.
We need a
He's
boo
a lone
button.
wolf.
Also, we got to finish off.
He's a secret journalist.
Secret journalist. We've got to finish off. We had T Tokes, friend of the show. He dropped a project not on the 12th of April there, and we're going to finish off the show with a track from that project because It was crazy. Let me not say. Let me give you the project is called Genesis. That's the first. From what I heard, anyways, there's new music coming. There's new music coming, according to inside sources. Inside sources. That this is a reliable inside source. There's new music coming. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, Motif, the Slimoweekly playlist is going to be updated with loads of new music. Everyone is dropping start of summer, so I'm hoping to see some like more performances and stuff. And yeah, that's it.
And then what's the more I've been hearing more of like house, Afro house, is it?
Yeah,
that's getting a bit. Yeah,
I'm a piano. Yeah.
Yeah, but not exactly on my piano.
I know Afro house. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more Afro house. I don't know. I'm just recently the last one I've seen like a lot of DJs kind of come up on TikTok, and I'm like. It's new, I like it.
It's the summer. It's that time of the year.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's that time of the year.
I love this time. And you put in your earphones and you're like, you just walk out and then you're like, bad bee activated.
It's festival season is coming, guys. Is anyone thinking about any festivals?
I am heading to Barcelona at the end of May for Primavera Sound.
Oh, I would love to go to that.
You're going? Oh, amazing.
Wait, end of summer?
It's the I think the festival's the 30th of May to the 2nd, I want to say.
I think I might go to it.
For the whole time?
I want to go to Primavera Sound. It's been on my list for a while.
There's been a good few Irish artists that have been announced for that. George II is playing.
Wait, at Primavera?
Yeah. That's why I'm going.
What?
Who?
Nah.
You need to do this. Who else got announced? Brick Nasty got announced.
Oh, I love Brick Nasty. They have that new track Fashion. That's on the playlist as well.
Yeah. There's a few Irish artists going over, so it should be a good little buzz.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am dying to go to more festivals. So even I was looking at the lineup for Electric Picnic was announced, and it's not really doing it for me.
I'm done with Electric Picnic, man. It rings too much.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish.
I feel like it's just a bit.
Billie Eilish, it's like blast from the past. It's not even like. I actually don't know. Is it them?
I like Gorillaz.
No, I don't know if.
I didn't even know Blur were still together.
There's another kind of like older like dance kind of group that's doing it.
U2.
No, fuck off.
I think I might go to like
just shouting out.
Lollapalooza. I think it's called in Berlin.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yes.
It's a bit more techno-y.
Yeah.
Something different. Yeah, I love like the blaze and all that.
Yeah, and the light shows and stuff like that. Oh my god, amazing.
Yeah.
And like just Berlin. I feel like Berlin is the vibe for that type. Yeah.
Berlin
Maybe we need to have a pre-drinks holiday.
Oh my god,
Pre-drinks festival.
Oh my god, we should.
Festival coming soon.
Yeah. Okay, thank you to everyone who has tuned in, whether you're watching us on YouTube or listening to us on any podcast platform. We will be back in 2 weeks, but yeah, make sure to follow Pre-Drinks on all podcast platforms and follow Slight Motif on all social media platforms to stay in the know of all things Pre-Drinks.
Yes, sir.
Tito came through with
Wine for me, baby, on your mouth. Wine for me, baby, on your mouth. Wine for me, baby, on your mouth. Wine for me, get me on your butt. Wine for me, baby, on your mouth. Wine for me, baby, on your mouth. Wine for